Hi to you wonderful people at Seaforth Baptist Church. I'm John Beckett. I'm the National Coordinator at Micah Challenge here in Australia, and I trust that you have enjoyed or you will enjoy some fiery and insightful preaching from Vicky Howarth over the next few minutes. Trust that you've had a good morning together. Vicky just asked me if I would share a few thoughts about this year and the importance of this year for Micah Challenge. You see, the election date has been set, September 14, 2013. So it's an important date for us as a campaign. Why is it important? Because in election years, governments and political parties move into campaigning mode. They move out of governing mode into campaigning mode. You know, ideas are back on the table. They're being debated in the public sphere. The policy documents that usually sit in drawers, getting dust on them, are pulled out and they're revised and communicated to the Australian public. And the reality is that it's a time when foundations are laid. So for the government, but also for campaigns like us, what we achieve in these next months leading up to the election becomes the foundation upon which we campaign for the next 3 years. So we need to ensure that all the major political parties have the poor people of our world on their agenda as they go into this election. This is the last election before the 2015 deadline for the MDGs, the Millennium Development Goals, that are seeking to halve poverty by 2015. A lot of people wouldn't know that we've made some amazing progress over the last 25 years. Since 1990, we've seen the income poverty target, the number of people living below $1.25 a day, halved ahead of schedule. We've seen the number of people without access to an improved water source halved 5 years ahead of schedule. We've seen the number of kids dying before their 5th birthday brought down from 12 million in 1990 down to about 6.9 million in 2011. This is amazing progress. It's phenomenal progress. But there's still so much that needs to be done. We need to make sure that we finish well as we run to this 2015 deadline. For us, that means that we need to speak out. You know, we need to seek to make a difference. Why do we need to finish well? It's not just about getting lots of people taking action or us growing as a campaign. No, this is about us as God's people taking our role of discipleship seriously. This is about a response of faithfulness. Where there is injustice, like the injustice of poverty in our world, we need to respond with justice. It's also about us believing that we can create change. We want to see life flourish for people in this world. At the moment, that's not possible because of the injustice of poverty. And we believe that we can be part of the answer in creating change for those people. As we look specifically at this year, I want to make a plea to you where you sit on the beautiful beaches of, on the beautiful northern beaches of Sydney. It may seem strange, but in many ways that is the most important battleground for us this year. The recent polls have told us this week that Tony Abbott is firming as the most popular Prime Minister option in our nation. It is more and more likely each day that he will be our next Prime Minister. So we need you, as you vote him into that position, we need you to think seriously about what kind of Prime Minister you want him to be, and to ask him to make justice for the poorest in our world a priority for him this year and into the future. You see, the opportunity cost of him not addressing poverty in this election campaign is just too great. Too many lives are at risk. And we've particularly asked you at Seaforth Baptist Church to take a leadership role in your electorate. You have a great legacy, a great foundation that you've built over many years with the Manly-Monarto Partnership and the Walk in the last couple of years. You understand advocacy, you get it. You understand that addressing poverty is not just about symptoms and responding to needs, but also about addressing causes, making sure that poverty into the future doesn't just sit in this cycle that goes on, but addressing those root causes. That's what advocacy is about. That's what our Finish the Race campaign is about. That's why we want to speak up this year. And I guess I invite you to listen to God, to seek to understand the way that God's Spirit is prompting you to be involved this year as we seek justice for the poorest in our world. We dare to believe that through us, God can live hope into this world, that we can be instruments of His grace and His justice this year.